Check, 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 check. Mic check, mic check. 1, 1, 1, 1. Hey guys, it's Tom from Resale America, where my YouTube channel is Liquidation Motivation, where we talk about eBay, Amazon, pallet sales, truckload sales, bin stores, liquidation store, consignment shops, but most of all, building wealth, how to take your side hustle and transfer it into millions of dollars, right? So we're always looking to buy, put your money into appreciating assets. My favorite assets are the crypto market. And certainly if you are part of the crypto market lately, if you were watching the crypto market lately, it's gone up a lot, man. It's gone up a lot and it's about to explode. You know, September is always the worst month for crypto. And now, you know, we're into October, into Q4. And there's some big predictions out there where it's going. So I'm very excited about it. My wealth is growing and growing exponentially because of the investments I made. So we didn't do a live stream last couple of days. I actually had a little bit of a cold, so my voice might sound a little strange. Stanley had to do a wedding yesterday on a Thursday. That was the weirdest day in the world to do a wedding, right? Who gets married on a Thursday, right? And they were from New York, Stanley?
Yes.
So they were from New York. Why did they do it on a Thursday? Who are you trying to say? People from New York are crazy? So they were from New York to come down to Florida. Were they here on vacation or did they have family and friends?
Well, they were all sunburned, so I'm pretty sure they were here on vacation.
Yeah. And then they decided to get married. So, hey, look at that. A wedding on a Thursday. Who knew? Who knew? You know, one thing so truckloads that I have coming in, I have an Amazon Smalls truckload from Orlando that has the food in it. That's coming in today. I forgot to tell Diana that's coming in today. I bought we bought a CVS truckload, 30 pallets from CVS that we talked about the other day. We might be able to pick that up today. It's down the road from us. Remember, we paid 6% of retail on that one. So that was a home run. Very excited about that. I do sell some of those pallets. I do process some of them for bin stores. And you know, normally I buy them at 8% and sell them at 10%, but this one I got at 6%. So that's, I think that it's from Inmar. So I think that maybe Inmar is having a tough time getting rid of all their inventory. So I'm noticing that their loads are on sale every day. You know, that we get says you frozen. Am I frozen on your side, Stanley?
Nope, I'm watching you on YouTube and Facebook.
Okay. So I get it from Inmar. Normally I had to pull their teeth in order to get inventory from them. But lately they've been sending me orders and I've been passing on the orders because they're just, you know, each truckload is like $30,000 or $40,000. You know, it's expensive. So because nobody's buying them, they now have them on sale at 6%, which the load cost me $17,000, I believe. So that was a very good deal. I want to talk about when you're in the reselling business and we talk about seasonality of products. You know, don't ever forget about that. I kind of, when I was in New York, you know, I bought every fan, every heater, and every air conditioner that I could find, no matter what time of year it was, because they always sold. They always sold. Now I'm kind of in a better situation down here in Florida because it doesn't get cold. It doesn't get cold in Tampa. So people will buy, and the snowbirds come down, right? So during the summertime, the average temperature is like 75 degrees, but you're going to have days that are like 85 degrees, you know, down to 65 degrees. So when the northerners come down, the snowbirds, we get what they call snowbirds. It's the elderly that want to come down and get out of the snow. When they come down and they see it at 85 degrees, right, they want to buy an air conditioner. So I bought a tractor trailer load of air conditioners from B-Stock. And man, did I get a good deal. Did I get a good deal? And it's because, I mean, I think I paid 10% of retail. You can never get 10% of retail on air conditioners. Normally you're paying 30, 40%, and I just never saw the money in it. But because of the time of year, I paid 10% of retail. So that's a stupid good deal. I got 24 pallets. It was 3 different auctions that I won, but I think there was something like $80,000 worth of air conditioners for $8,000. That's including shipping. And I'm probably going to get a refund on the shipping because I bought 2 separate auctions, but then they shipped them together. So I'm going to only get charged for 1 truckload instead of two smaller truckloads. So it might only be about $7,000 for $80,000 worth of air conditioning. So that was great. Hey, if you got any comments or questions, put them down below. Esteban, you coming to hang out with me today? So there's lots of products that sell no matter what. And I like to buy them during the bad times so that I have them during the good times. It's like, you know, we always talk about how much I like Christmas stuff. You know, I buy Christmas stuff year round because it always sells. It always sells. You know, if you have the space and the storage, you know, you definitely can buy Christmas stuff. I buy like wrestling shoes. I don't know why, but I would end up with like 100 pairs of wrestling shoes, and then I'd sell them all up in New York the first week the wrestling starts at high school, right? Sports are a little different down here. It's more fragmented, I would say, but that doesn't matter. It still would all sell at the same time. So I would buy, for some reason, wrestling shoes. I sold every pair, no matter how many pairs I had, first day of wrestling season. So air conditioners, heaters, fans, wrestling shoes, and I'm sure there's about 100 other items. If you guys have any ideas of items that you should buy year round, put them down in the comments below, because people, they sell. When it comes season, they all sell.
We're listing right now a bunch of cleats right now on the eBay store. So that's, I can foresee them selling. Well, this is the time to sell them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you can grab them any time of the year, might as well.
Yeah.
And
absolutely.
I mean, the one thing is that I learned from you is that we got to look at it as an A, B, C method of thinking of buying items. And the way you look at it is, A would be you would pay 50% of retail because these are high sell-through rate items. In other words, they're going to sell fast, and they're higher dollar items. Then you have your B section, or your B items, which is your bread and butters. What would you consider your bread and butters? I know that you would pay 30% for.
Yeah.
What would you consider your bread and butters?
I mean, that would be, any sporting goods, any electronics, and well.
No. See, the sporting goods, you said that's C. Those are your long tail things. Those are the things that you buy throughout the year and you wait for the right time to sell it.
Well, C means it's hard to sell.
Okay.
But so I'm not putting a lot of money into it.
Yeah,
that would be
10%.
that would be like, China sets, right?
Okay.
I hate China sets. Everybody brings me in. I'm in Florida. Everybody brings me in China sets. So they don't sell that well. They do sell, but it takes a while, and and they take up a lot of space. So if I look it up on eBay and it's a $300 set, I'm only paying $30 for it, right? Because it takes so long. But like if I find a good baseball bat,
would you consider clothing C?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much I would consider clothing a C item. Yeah, they're long tail items, but
a baseball bat.
Yeah, no, I buy anything that sells on eBay. Good, it would be a B item.
Okay.
Just so I know if I buy a $300 baseball bat, somebody brings in and now it's worth $150. I'm going to pay 30% for that, so $50.
Okay.
So that I can either put it in the store or give it to you to put on eBay. So I got those two choices. But A items, what would be an A item in like sporting goods? I would say like that I'm willing to pay up. Like they make high-end baseball gloves, like the A2000, A3, something like that, A3000 baseball gloves. Those are like $300 new. So if somebody came in and and let's say it's 300 new, 200 used, and I offer them $60, I don't want them to walk because I know I can make that money back. Right, so I'll offer them upwards of $100, so 50%. So stuff like that, high-end, expensive stuff, good quality stuff are all A items. Obviously, anything Apples, anything Beats, sell in a minute. You don't even have to waste your time, right?
Didn't Apple buy Beats?
Stan just told me that. I tried to plug in a pair of Beats right here, and I took my Type-C charge. I'm like, what the hell's going on? How come this is not coming on? And Stan's like, because it's lightning. I'm like, when the hell did that happen? I guess I wasn't paying attention. I never bought into the Beat stuff. I never was a fan of them. I just thought they were overpriced.
Yeah.
Just overpriced. They do a great job of marketing, and
At home, I have biodynamic headphones. They're like $150 headphones.
Yeah.
For my recording studio.
Yeah.
Not
I got Bose. I got Bose. Bose. I think Bose is a good high quality brand. So those are the Bluetooth ones I have, but I left them at home. I couldn't find my case here because these cases now are power banks, right? And they charge you. I couldn't find my case, so I didn't want to bring them. Just had my earbuds. All right, guys. So if you guys have any questions on anything, put them down in the comment section down below. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, please go over to YouTube and hit like and subscribe. Only 53% of everybody likes our channel, subscribes to our channel. So please help us out. David says, do you have any heaters or boilers coming in on that HVAC load? No, we have a huge heater though. No. We have a huge HVAC system here that I think is designed for like a 20,000 square foot warehouse.
Which one are you referring to?
This big old, seen that thing that's 6 foot tall and out in our tool section? Yeah, we got a huge HVAC system here. No, they're all like it's all either air conditioners or swamp coolers. I think they call them swamp coolers.
Okay.
So those are like the blowers
I don't
that
know
you
if I
put
know that.
water into them, and the fan so it puts a little mist into the air to cool
Oh, it's
it
kind
down.
of like those little.
Yeah, those little evaporator coolers. Yeah, but these are
Right.
big ones. So I forget how many units. So over 200 units. So it's a great load. It was a great load.
I want to say that Dave. Shout out to David for thanks for visiting us the other day. I showed him around. I showed him how we do the eBay process over there. He got to meet Sarah and Dee over there.
Nice. Thanks for coming by, David. David's the guy that took me to Hooters.
Oh yeah.
David's my man. All right. So TL Bod said, "Good morning, Mr. Tom. How it was your Amazon large big item truckload?"
Wasn't that the one with all the mattresses?
No, not there. I got to tell you about that load. That was crazy. But okay, so the Amazon large, it was okay. I think it was worth it. I would buy more because it's all high value items. It just wasn't that full. I think they could have made them a little more full. It's like, it'd be like one air conditioner on one pallet, where they could have put it in the corner and put more stuff around it. So that kind of gets to me. I don't know why they do that. But the good thing about the larges is that you can find like one thing on there that might be the whole price. My price on it was $2,750 and $750 shipping, so $3,500. And you might get like a shed, right? A real nice shed on there that's a couple $1,000.
People
that'll
look for
pay
sheds here.
Yeah. Or a good treadmill. The good treadmills are like $2,000-$3,000. You can buy $500 treadmills. You can buy $300 treadmills, but they suck, right? They're horrible. They're real expensive. Go to Dick's and look at treadmill. There's thousands, and people buy them. People with money buy them. Although they get used as a coat rack more than anything. But
mine.
they have great intentions.
My elliptical it squeaks, and I just have my clothes on it.
Yeah, I said it before. I brought home one of those racing bicycle things, those bicycles, and my wife's like, "I told you you'd never use it." I used it, I think, like 2 days, and she's like, "Can you get this out of the house?" I'm like, "No, I'm going to use it. I'm going to use it."
One of these days.
A year later,
I'm
telling you, I'm going to use that thing. No, it doesn't happen yet. I get it, man. I get it. All right. So that Amazon large, I didn't mind it. I'll buy more. You know what I did see though is it just wasn't out of Florida. I think it was out of Alabama. There was somebody took Amazon large, filled the truck from floor to ceiling, no pallets. So it's a hand load. So I'm thinking and I think it was $8,000 out of Alabama. So it would have been like $10,000 to me. Would I get more value out of that load or the load that I got? Because the Amazon, the Amazon tall is only, the pallets, most pallets are only like this big. Some of them are just got bed rails and stuff like that on it. So I was thinking about buying that load. I might do that. But listen, the deal of the day, holy crap. So Dan Eggleston from Viking Building, you know what? Let me find out. He told me the other day and said I'm saying the name wrong. So let me find his real name.
Do you have any generators coming in?
No generators. I wish I did. Let me see. I'm sorry. Sorry. Getting over my cold. Sorry. I'll stay away from you. Viking Building Products. So it's Viking Building Products, not Viking Building Systems. Dan Eggleston. So he calls me up and says, "Listen, I got a tractor trailer load of furniture from Ashley. That's a B load, $7,500. And then I got another one that's a C load. So the C load would be $3,500, right? So a B and a C. So I gave him $11,000 for the 2 truckloads. That's including delivery, right? Because they're about 30 miles away. So I got in the B load and it was half full. I was a little irritated. I texted him. I said, "That's not our deal. Our deal is they come in full, and like all brokers." He's a good guy, like Dan. All brokers, that's what they're supposed to do. I always blame it on the company, Ashley, right? I'm like, but the stuff that was on the truck was good. But the problem was there was a table set up, right? Where normally that table has the legs off The legs are attached on the bottom,
Yeah.
and it's stacked all the way to the ceiling. So it's like just a table and then a couch. And couches weren't standing up. They normally come in standing up, and then they stack things on top. This was just a wide open truck, so I was upset with the B load that I got.
This is because you've seen it before. You've
Right.
seen fully packed truckloads, and then when you get this right here, it's just like, come on, man.
Our deal is that I get full truckloads.
Yeah.
That's all I expect out of it. So the point is, when you're buying something, make sure you know what the expectation is. And I think one time they gave me $500 off a load because I complained about the load, but it just irritates me, and it happens all the time. Loads don't come in as expected. If you're going to be in this business, be prepared for that. All the time, they don't come in as expected. I'm a truly optimist. I'm an optimist, so I always think, oh, I can't wait, and then it comes in, and you're like, oh, shoot, right? So that load was subpar. So then I get the C load in the next day. We open the freaking door, and at first you might say, what? We open the door, and then all I see is mattresses, right? So we send little Mandy, right? Little Mandy, because there's only about this much room at the top. Mandy crawls all the way to the back. It's filled with freaking mattresses, the whole truck. And I'm like, why the hell would they send me mattresses? That's not our deal. It's supposed to be furniture. They gave me the manifest. The driver had the manifest. And I start looking up some of these mattresses. $3,000, $4,000, $5,000
Each.
There was $350,000 worth of mattresses on that truckload for $3,500. Can you do that math? 1%. 1%.
Okay. I should have been able to do that math.
Yeah. So it was an incredible truckload. I was so excited. At first I was baffled and a little disappointed, but then I'm like, wait a minute, this is a freaking home run. So Tom wound up, hit a home run.
Yeah.
So on one hand, I'm complaining about a truckload that didn't meet expectation. Now it's like, hey, this one was far beyond. And when I told Dan that I got the mattresses, and he's like, Tom, those normally sell for $30,000 to $40,000. Yeah. There you go. But you don't want to know. And then now he's trying to negotiate with me so that I buy every Ashley truckload in Florida at a set price. So that way I can't complain if the quality isn't good. It would be a set price, which we're still in the process of negotiating what that price is. And the only deal is they have to be full. So it can be broken stuff, it can be good stuff, it can be it can be anything, but it's just got to be full. And so I'm working on that. If that does happen, I'm going to need to rent more space. I'm probably going to have to find another 100,000 square feet space, and I'll have a huge furniture liquidation store there.
Right next door.
Well, I can't be in Lakeland. We already got one in Lakeland.
Oh, I thought you meant just storage.
But no, I would open up another store, maybe in Tampa, maybe by the Villages up in Ocala, or maybe in Orlando. I'd open up another store, but it'd be a mega furniture store. So I'm working on that. I'll let everybody know what's going on with that. But yeah, that was a home run, man. That was such a great deal. $350,000 worth of mattresses.
Isn't that testament to when you're buying truckloads, it's either a hit or it's a miss, and it's you're gonna get different things all the time.
Yeah. All right. What's that?
Oh, hi, babe.
Hi, babe. Sorry.
My
Fred
bad.
said, do you have any generators coming in? No generators, Fred. I like them. I sometimes people from the public sell them to me, but I don't have any right now. I wish I could get tractor trailer loads. That's it. So we're in Florida and we get hurricanes, right? So we get supplies all year round that doesn't really sell, like flashlights and power banks. I mean, they sell, but they're not. So I think we have 1,000 rechargeable flashlights right now.
So, yeah, those.
We got pallets of them. Yeah, they're really good flashlights. They're like the ones you see on TV. They run the truck over. They're like $20 on TV. We sell them like I think $7 here. We got thousands of those. We get hundreds and hundreds of power banks. We have LED camping lanterns.
Yeah.
That, and then generators would be the other thing, but we don't get many generators. But when a hurricane comes, not on day one. Floridians know about hurricanes, right? So they say a hurricane's forming. Nobody says shit. Nobody says anything. 3 days, now it's 3 days out. People start talking about it. Hey, you guys hear about the hurricane, right? 2 days out, they're starting going, hey, holy cow, that's coming right up through Tampa or right up through Lakeland. Maybe we should do something about. 2 days out, maybe we should do something about it. 1 day out, they freak out and buy everything.
Yeah.
Everything. So I might have 1,000 flashlights. I'll sell every single one of them 1 day.
Do we sell toilet paper?
We should sell toilet paper. We do have toilet paper here. We have those great big rolls, a pallet of them.
Good.
So that's what's so great. And the same thing with generators. Like when a hurricane's getting close, people like travel to non-hurricane areas to buy truckloads of generators and bring them back to Florida. And that's where like the price gouging gets a little tricky.
Okay.
People talk about price gouging. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I love generators, but they sell like hotcakes during hurricane season, not so much the rest of the season. Andrew, my man, how about that BTC, huh? How about that Bitcoin, Andrew, huh?
54 today? Oh, Tom, I wanted to tell you, I went ahead and I bought $50 of Bitcoin. Thank you for lunch yesterday.
Yeah. So Esteban and I we're talking about. So Stan, Esteban, and I we're starting a media company, right? So it's called All Set Media Group, right? All Set Media Group. So we went. Esteban and I had a luncheon yesterday, and when lunch was over, Esteban's like, "I'll take care of the check," and I'm like, "No, you're not taking care of the check. I'm taking care of the check." And he says, "No, let me do it." I said, "I'll make you a deal. I'll take care of the check. But and there's $50. You take the $50 and put it into Bitcoin. That'll make me happier." And he did it. He did it. He has invested in his future. He's investing in becoming rich. I mean, he's been buying it for a while now. His wife does the Axie Infinity game, which is exploding right now. If you haven't watched the pay-to-play games, this is an explosive industry. I mean, I think it went up 300% in the last. I don't even know how much it went up. I know it's Axie Infinity. It, I think, has the highest rate of return of any crypto, even Bitcoin.
Highest return. Oh, you're talking about the AXS?
Yeah.
Yes.
In the last year, right? In the last year, anyways. I think it's up like 16,000%.
I don't know yet.
Imagine owning something that goes up 16,000% in a year. That is just unheard of. That is just crazy. I bought more Bitcoin yesterday. Like I said, I dollar cost average every week. I buy $500 more worth. I put 200 into Bitcoin, 200 into Ethereum, and 100 into Matic. I'm sorry, not Matic, Algorand. That's my weekly buys. And then if I get a windfall, which a windfall is when you get a cash influx from maybe, let's say you sell a car, right? Or let's say that somebody buys something off me personally for $1,000. When I get a windfall, then I invest that into something also.
So no more Solana and Cardano?
So I still own Solana and Cardano. I'm just not putting any more into them right now.
Okay. I
own a pretty big basket of both.
Can you explain to my wife?
Yes.
Why not Shiba Uno and why yes Shiba Uno?
No, why not Shiba Uno? Because what happened today? Did she show you today?
No, she didn't show it to me today.
Today I'm down like 35%.
Okay.
So Shiba Uno, I mean, I think what happened was Elon Musk got a dog, put it on Twitter, and then it was one of those dogs.
Okay.
So it's shot through the roof. But listen, it's a meme coin. It's a meme coin that has no real world use, and it's a proof of work coin. So that's the ones that use a lot of energy, like Bitcoin. I just don't think if you're looking for some short-term gains, I don't see a problem with maybe betting that it's going to go up, but get right out of it the minute you're in good profit, decent profit. So get out of it, and then and my recommendation is put half in Bitcoin, half in Ethereum.
So I mean, I think I explained it right. So I told her, if you're gonna invest into Shiba Uno, go ahead, put some money in there, but as soon as it starts to dip, pull out, throw it into Bitcoin.
Yeah. See, so I wish I took my own advice because I bought $4,000 with the Shiba when the Dogecoin was exploding, and that went up to like 8,000, and then all the way down to $800. So and I sold it. So I shouldn't have sold it. I mean, so that's why I don't invest in those ones anymore. If you want to gamble, put half your money into the real stuff. And then if you want to gamble with the other half, go ahead, or a smaller portion. Yeah. But make sure you're putting it into real stuff. But it's a gamble. Do this. Throwing dice, right? That's throwing dice in Vegas. That's what you're doing. You're just gambling. You're gambling with all those smaller coins. And you can do that. But, the rest of, the big ones, stay with the top 10. Top 20, you're gonna be so rich. You're going to be so successful. What is going on? The transition of what's going on from analog to digital right now, and the last thing to change over is money. Is just, it's going to blow your mind how everything's going to change. How everything's going to change. Can you imagine? You know, there's a new company that just came out that tokenizes fine art. Okay, so you buy a token. Real art, though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, NFTs. Yeah, but this is real, like the Mona Lisa. So this company is raising hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars, and pretty soon it'll be $20 billion. So a blockchain company could own all of the fine artwork in the world, and you can own part of it just by buying tokens of that. Can you own a part of the Mona Lisa right now?
I guess not.
No, you can't. There's no way if you don't own the Mona Lisa right now. I don't know who owns it.
I was going to say a museum, but no, that's not true, because most collectors are the ones that donated to the museum to borrow.
Right. So. Well, the thing is that fine art is the one thing that actually beats almost everything except for crypto is in far as returns go.
Okay.
But little people like us can't get involved with that because we don't have $1 million to buy a Picasso, right? Yeah. But rich people can. So if artwork goes up on average 30% a year and you're rich, that's a huge gain that little people can't get. Now you can buy tokens of fine artwork and that can go up 30% a year. So you can participate in the network. And that's what blockchain does. That's what Bitcoin does. That's what crypto does. So it's going to be incredible, man. Everything that's happening, before you know it, everything's going to be on a blockchain. Everything's going to be decentralized. Everything. And it's happening so fast, man, so fast. Tom, this guy, Trevor Williams, has DHL USPS return parcel truckloads. Just an FYI, look him up on Facebook. I will do that. Trevor Williams. Let's write that down. I bought one the other day. No, I bought a pallet from a guy, and I didn't like it. You know, if you watch Who's Our Girl, Lindy Glenn? Lindy Glenn bought like a mist. I'm sorry, her latest video was she bought a mystery box of mail returns.
Was it the scam?
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So I watched the video. It looked like to me like it was all Wish stuff. You know, she kept saying it was Alibaba or AliExpress, which they're probably the same thing, right?
I didn't get to see it yet.
Yeah. So, that's what scares me about those, but I would certainly buy one. I would buy it. But I want to buy a tractor trailer load and I don't want anybody to touch it. My fear is when I bought the one pallet, everything was open. I thought I'd get real mail, unopened mail. But when I bought the pallet, the guy that I bought it from said that the post office has to inspect every package to make sure that nothing's hazardous, which makes sense to me.
Yeah.
But I don't want to buy it like that. I want to be the one opening up. Now, if the post office opens up, make sure. I mean, what if there's an iPhone in there and it has a battery? Do they consider that hazardous? Because Amazon considers anything with batteries hazardous. So, so I don't know the answer to that.
MG Franco.
MG's a smart guy. He's a very smart guy. You can tell. Tom, the multi-trillion-dollar spending bill proposed by Democrats is insane, as it would make tax rates so uncompetitive to the global economy. The venture capitalists continue on saying, if you're an investor, get ready for volatility. Tom, I see a situation where crypto is ever going away. Now holding more cryptocurrency assets than gold, I believe that there will be a disruption in the global money transaction world. Tom, I see a situation where crypto is never, I think he said never going away. I agree with you. They can be products in a decentralized space that has recently stood behind underscoring the utility of the new WonderFi app, and that's why people got into DeFi. Yeah, no, listen, Franco, 100% is what I speak about, what I believe in. The world is going to change. Listen, how can you stop crypto? Stop printing money. They print money at a rate of about 3% a year since Corona. That's up to, I don't know, I think they're saying like 35% of all money in circulation right now is printed since Corona started. So that's inflation, right? So if you're in US dollars, and we have inflation, your dollars don't get any bigger, right? If you have $100 in a month from now, you'll still have $100. But if the inflation rate's 30%, that $100 buys you less. When you go to the grocery store, do you pay more for groceries? Yeah. I freaking do. 3 times as much for chicken. They're telling us right now it's like 5.5% inflation. Fuck that. I don't know what the hell went up 5. Try to buy a car. Cars are stupid ridiculous. Chicken's ridiculous. Everything. Gas is
Everything. Right
everything is ridiculous. To say that's only 5%, try to buy a house. Everything you want to buy is unheard of right now. I looked at a house the other day. It was $500,000, and I checked the listing. They sold it in 2019 for $300,000. So since Corona, it's gone up 200 grand. Bull crap.
Which just makes no sense.
Makes no sense at all. So I'm waiting on. I think I'm gonna wait till February, March to buy a house. I'm gonna see how things work out, how things flip. I'm thinking about buying a house, maybe on the water, maybe in my neighborhood, or maybe in the villages, and let my parents use it. So, and you do an Airbnb. So, but I pull my hair out when I look at the market. Yeah. You know, there's 30 houses for sale in one neighborhood. 29 are pending. One's available, and it's freaking overpriced. So if you don't think inflation's happening, so why crypto? Why crypto? As the dollar devalues, the value of crypto increases. So not only do we have inflation building up demand for Bitcoin, we have corporations, Tesla, MicroStrategies, Twitter buying Bitcoin, boosting the demand for Bitcoin. We have adoption, El Salvador, Tonga, Argentina, Brazil, buying Bitcoin, boosting demand for Bitcoin. We have payments. You can now send Bitcoin on Twitter. You don't even know what it is. Jock Mahler and Strike are driving up demand for Bitcoin. Now you can buy Bitcoin on PayPal, Cash App,
practically
everything
now.
Right? I mean, when Apple, that's driving up demand for Bitcoin. When Apple starts taking Bitcoin, when the banks start accepting your Bitcoin deposits, I'm Bank of America. When they let me put my Bitcoin at their bank, that's going to drive demand for Bitcoin. When the ETF comes out, that's going to, I mean, how many things do I have to say is driving demand for Bitcoin before you guys wake the fuck up and realize this is going to take over the world? I'm sorry for saying that, but this is going to take over the world. It's going to take over the world. Compared to dollars, it will just continuously go up. Is it volatile? Yes. It's not going away, though. It's not going away. Why would China ban it? Why would China ban it?
Because they're afraid of it.
It's a threat.
Yeah.
It's a threat to everything in the world. Everything is denominated in American dollars. Everything is denominated in money, and that's all going to go away. Everything will be denominated in Bitcoin. Everything will be. Just wait. I'm sorry for that, but yeah, thank you, Franco. Thank you for the question. Certainly, I'm very passionate about this business, this industry, and it's changed me. It's taken me to a level far above and beyond. I'm so happy. In August 2018, I started buying Bitcoin and Ethereum. Bitcoin was at 3,000 something. Ethereum was at $75, and that's when I got in. You need to make a decision when you're going to get in. When's the best time to plant a tree?
Today.
10 years ago.
No.
When's the second best time?
Today.
Today, right? Today. Wayne says, I have 3 pallets of Amazon talls I can pick up tomorrow. Oh, do I have? Yeah, I have Amazon talls, Wayne. Using for a charity fundraiser, $400 pallet. The Amazon, are you looking? It says, what does it say? Falls? So Wayne, if you're looking for the mystery boxes, yes, I believe that we still have, and those are $400. So yeah. Daniel said it's up 41% again this morning. Oh, what is that? I think it might be talking about Shiba Inu. I'm addicted to checking my Bitcoin. It's like every 5 minutes I check it. I don't know Solana's up 7%. All right. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Paul. How you doing? Jake said, "Fook that." Ha ha. Talk True said, Jamie Dimon says it's not good. Sure he does. He's a boomer. Jamie Dimon's a boomer. Listen, okay, my parents, and I tried to get them into Bitcoin. I'm glad they told me no, because it was right before the 50% drawdown that we had in the middle of this year. I'm glad they told me no. But my parents will never understand the digitization of the world. My parents are not using Uber, right? I mean, they are using Netflix and stuff like that, smart TVs, and they do have iPhones. But
they don't trust Uber. Is that what it is?
They don't know. You got to download an app. What the hell's an app?
Okay.
I mean, Warren Buffett still has a flip phone, right? That's why he trash talks. He said Warren Buffett said it was rat poison squared. These guys don't know what it is. I mean, okay, Jamie Dimon says it's not good, but Fidelity Investments says in 15 years it's going to be $10 million. Who do you believe? 15 years. So I'll be 65 years old. And if it's $10 million, whoo, I'm buying for everybody. I'm buying for everybody, man. I won't even know what to do. What are we going to do?
Well, you're going to buy your, your beach house.
Buy my beach house.
But in El Salvador.
In El Salvador, where it's legal tender, yes. Wayne said, thanks, hold 3 pallets, and I'll be there by 11. Wayne, I just got to make sure we got them. I think we do, but I just got to confirm that, Wayne. So shoot me a message, and I'll confirm it right after I'm done with this podcast. Shiba's down 20% today. Maybe he's talking last hour. It's gone up, right? Yeah. I mean, you can buy it. It's when somebody came to me when Dogecoin was pumping and said, Tom, I got into Doge like real early, and it's worth a lot of money. Should I sell it? And my advice was, yeah, sell it, cash out your profits on those kind of coins, cash out. But it could take over the world. I don't know. I don't know what it's going to do. Nobody knows. If they tell you what it's going to do, nobody knows. Excuse me. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. I wish you would have sold it, because now Doge is down to what, 25 cents?
Yeah, 25.
It was 75. Now it's down to 25. So that's why I stick with the big guys. I just stick with the big guys. I did my gambling, and my gamble was on Ethereum before it was like super cool, right? Now it's super cool. Now it's everything.
Yeah, but you saw that it was being used, versus
But it really wasn't back then very much. Well, crypto kitties and stuff like that. Who knew? Who knew that Ethereum is going to shut down all banks? Does that sound crazy to you? Ethereum could shut down all banks. Bitcoin could shut down all banks. Mm-hmm. All banks. We don't need any banks. You don't need to do any lending. I got a $200,000 loan using my Bitcoin on the Celsius app in 5 minutes, no credit check, for 1% interest.
And it used your crypto as collateral.
I used my crypto as collateral. 1% interest. What did I do with that 200,000? I bought more Bitcoin. Mm-hmm. Do I think Bitcoin will go up more than 1% in a year? Hell yeah, it will. Hell yeah. So that's why I did that. I don't recommend going into debt and buying this stuff, especially credit card debt. But how much risk is it to put into Bitcoin, though? I put the amount I'm willing to lose while putting long-term savings into regular stocks. What do you think? So I hate all the YouTubers that say I'm not a financial advisor, but I'm not a financial advisor. I'm addicted to learning about finance, and I've been on a path, for about 6 years, getting as much content as I can. The stock market is in a bubble right now, without a doubt. And you can also say the crypto market's in a bubble. Anybody can make those arguments. But as long as the government keeps printing money, I'm not sure the stock market, housing, cars, crypto will ever go down. Imagine, because our presidents are elected every 4 years, they have a financial incentive to keep things looking good, right? They want to make sure that things are good. Because can you imagine, in year 3 of the Biden administration, we have the stock market crash. There's no way he gets elected in year 4. So therefore, they're going to pass bills. Same thing with Congress. They're going to pass bills to increase spending, and they're never going to stop. That's why we have the $3.5 trillion infrastructure bill. They're talking about more and more stimulus. They're talking about, they're just printing and spending the money. We spend $7.5 trillion a year.
Do you think that'll never happen?
And we bring in $3.5 trillion a year. Never?
Never.
Listen, some people say Trump was the greatest president in the history. Trump would say, and any Republican would say, we have the best economy in the history of the United States, right? Why did our debt go up? During the best economy, the lowest unemployment, the greatest time in the history of the United States. Why did our debt go up? Because we're addicted to spending. Our country is addicted to spending. Our kids, want Air Jordans, right? I mean, Mary spent $190 on her son's shoes. $190. And she has 3 kids. I mean, that's absurd. That's absurd. People, and I'm not talking about Mary, but people that don't have enough money to pay a $1,000 bill when it comes in the mail are spending $190 on freaking shoes. How stupid is that? Yeah. 50% of our country do not have $1,000 in savings. 50%. It's crazy. It's stupid. It's stupid. We created this mess. I mean, I love America. I don't want to go anywhere else. I love the United States of America. I just we created. There's a saying that good times. Wait, bad times make people work hard, which make good times, which make people lazy, which lead to bad times. And that's what we did in our country.
Referring to a cycle.
Yeah, it's a huge cycle, right? So bad times lead to hard work, leads to good times, which means no work, bad times. And I think we went through that cycle. We lost our values in our country about what's important. When Nicki Minaj or the girls or who Jenner,
Kardashians.
The Kardashians, when those more people know about them as opposed to Gary Gensler at the SEC or somebody who, or Kathy Woods, at ARK Investments, they're 1,000,000 times more popular than these people. And these people are the ones that really matter in this world, right? I think that your wealth and your income matters in this world. It's so important. It's so important. All right, is Bezos making his own coin? I do hear things about that. But Daniel, I don't think that any centralized coin, so that would be a centralized coin operated by Amazon, will do anything on a grand scale, except for within his network. So maybe it might be like a stable coin, which is real easy to transfer right now. Transferring money is not so easy in the United States. Transferring inside is easy, but transferring outside is not easy. So that might free up his ability to transfer money. So sure, but it'll be worth the value of what his company's worth. But it's not a long-term, it's not a proposition that everybody's going to use. It's not going to be like Bitcoin, which is decentralized. Nobody owns it. Nobody runs it. Nobody changes it. It's ran by 1 million computers that all talk every day, and they verify the network. And in order to break the network, you got to corrupt over half of them, and that's just virtually impossible. Mike says, "Hi Tom, how tall are the Amazon mediums that you receive?" 4 foot.
Mediums? Yeah, it's about.
Yeah, they're about 4 foot. We did get some. Yeah. So I think that when the lady I buy these from, and once again, I would tell you guys where I buy them, but she doesn't want me to tell them because she doesn't want any new buyers. She must have too many buyers. So, so she gets them in a 5 foot tall pallet, and she stacks the mediums into a nice, neat pallet. And then the rest that's not stackable, she fills up other 5 foot tall pallets. So I bought them both ways. The non-stackable stuff are 5 feet. The stackable stuff are about 4 feet. And that's how I buy them. I pay $5,000 for the 4 feet for both of those loads. So that's what I paid last time. So yeah, about 4 feet tall. I like them. I would buy more. She hasn't sold me more in the last week, but and I haven't messaged her this week, but I definitely would buy more. I just have so much stuff in my store right now. I have stuff everywhere in my store. I've gotten, 10 tractor trailer loads in the last week, and I just need to kind of move on. I need to clear some stuff out before I buy anything else. All right, DJ Daryl Taylor, what's happening, DJ? Hello, Tom. Have you ever had a slow day or slow week at Resale America, or is it always booming? No, we've had slow weeks. We've had slow days, slow weeks, but a slow day right now. I mean, sales definitely gone up. Our pallet sales definitely help. We supply a lot of stores now, I mean, I don't know about a lot, but maybe 10 different stores we supply with merchandise. And that's only, once again, I don't want to be in the truckload or the pallet business, but I have to buy everything that I can in order to keep our stores full. And that gives me excess. So I do sell the excess. Yeah, we do have some slow day. A slow day now would be like $3,000 at Resale America. Our bin stores have slow days. Really, like the $4 day, the $3 day are our slowest days there. They might do $1,000 or $1,500, but then it shoots right back up for $2 a day and $1 a day. So if you guys haven't watched our video, we're opening a third bin store. We did a tour around Ocala, the village area, and we talked to a broker and made a couple phone calls. That's on our YouTube channel, Liquidation Motivation. While you're over there, please like and subscribe the video. But we're opening up our third bin store, and I need to figure out the pricing strategy. I'm going to come up with a new pricing strategy for it. It might be something like It might be something like 10,7,531.
Which one? The Winter Haven?
No, the new one.
Okay.
The new one. The new bin store. So, or it might be 20,10,531 or something like that. I need to eliminate, because when you go from $5 to $4, I don't think people think that's a big enough jump in value. So if they go on $5 day, they're not going to come back on $4 day, but they might come back on $2 day and definitely on $1 day, right?
So you want to spread it out. I get it.
Yeah, I want to make the jumps bigger so that people find more value, and then I think it would eliminate the slower days. But I mean, the slower days, I do $1,500 on a slow day and only 2 employees. So simple to run. Love them. Talk Truth says not rat poison. That's for sure, man. That's for sure. I mean, pretty soon there'll be more Bitcoin millionaires or more crypto millionaires than millionaires in the world. You're going to find your first trillionaire is going to be somebody in crypto. I mean, if you look at the wealth, the growth of some of these people, I mean, Michael Saylor owns what? Between his company and himself, I don't know, what is it, like 200 and something thousand Bitcoin?
Really?
Yeah. He owns so much. He's made so much money from his Bitcoin, and he just got in.
Yeah.
He got in since Corona. A lot of people, when Corona started and they started printing money, a lot of people got in at that point. Started really taking a deep dive.
It opened a lot of people's minds, and same as me. You know?
Yeah. You're like,
I saw the world differently.
the government just gave away $4 trillion. Can we do that?
Yeah.
The government just gave away another $3 trillion. Can we do that again?
Yeah.
What kind of long-term effects does it have? This is what it has, man. This is what it has. Tom says, Tom, did you know that JP Morgan, who is it?
What's his name?
Probably.
Yeah. Tom says, do you know that JP Morgan is working on a secretive digital banking project based out of London? I wouldn't doubt it. The problem in the United States, well, Bitcoin and Ethereum have already been called commodities or property in the United States. So it means when you sell it, you pay taxes on it. That's why I don't sell my Bitcoin. I borrow against it. Sorry.
That was MC.
Yeah, I borrow
MG.
against it. So yeah, I mean, Fidelity Investments has had a Bitcoin division or a crypto division for, I think, 2014 or something like that. Some of these big time firms, firms that have trillions of dollars, somebody put a tweet out yesterday. I don't know who it was. I just saw it on a YouTube channel that 97% of all hedge funds cannot buy Bitcoin right now.
Why?
Because it's in their charter. They're not allowed to buy these speculative assets, right?
That's right.
But if Bitcoin ETF gets approved, it opens up 97% of the wealth funds, I think it was retirement funds. Do you know how big the retirement funds are?
It's huge, man.
Hundreds of trillions of dollars. I mean, think about like the teachers union in New York State, right? They got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of billions of dollars in their fund. They can't buy Bitcoin yet. When an ETF is approved, which you're saying it could be this month, all that money can become poured in. And listen, and I wouldn't recommend, I'm 100% in crypto. I do own, all my liquid money is 100% in crypto. I own 0 stocks, nothing else that's liquid. Now I do own some real estate that I want to sell and put everything into crypto. I own my restaurants. I want to sell and put it into crypto. All that money, when this ETF gets, it's just going to be a tsunami. You can either get on board or not. Raul Paul said Bitcoin should be 400,000 by March. That's an 8x on your money from right now. I trust Raul Paul. He used to work for JP Morgan. He's a global asset manager. He's a macroeconomist. All right, don't take my freaking word for it.
Raul Paul's pretty freaking smart guy.
Oh, he's a genius, and he lays out his topics so clearly. Him and Michael Saylor. Michael Saylor is too smart. Sometimes he goes into like the laws of thermodynamics and engineering. That's why Bitcoin is going to win, right? Which I have to go like, wait a minute, what? But he's so smart. But or you can listen to who's the gold guy there? The gold guy. The gold. There's a guy that always talks about gold. Man,
Talking about George. We are all George.
No, I like George. I do watch George.
I like listening to Altcoin Daily. I think it breaks down a lot easier. For someone who's new, 99 Bitcoin or 99 coins, is it? 99 coins. That YouTube channel is really, they break it down like you're a school kid. And I need shit like that.
Yeah. Yeah. So, no, I super love it. Sarah says, how do we know that that's a good amount to put into Bitcoin? I feel like putting $10 to $20 a week into it isn't worth it when you're talking thousands at a time, but not everyone can do that. So what do we people with not much money do when it comes into investing? Sarah, 6 years ago when I moved to Florida, I had to borrow money against my wife's 401k in order to start my eBay business. I had zero money. Now I owned my restaurants and I owned some properties, but I had zero money because I wasn't a saver. I was a spender. So you have to decide at what point in your life, and Sarah works for us, what point in your life you're going to make that transition. What point in your life you're going to say, listen, I want to get serious about my future, and I want to be rich, and I want to be rich. And being rich isn't everything, and being rich isn't for everybody, but certainly it takes away a lot of pain. Mm-hmm. Being rich doesn't make you happier. If you're miserable now, you're going to be miserable when you're rich.
Being rich gives you options.
Gives you options, right? Do you like buying a $100 steak dinner? I do. I like it. I like having enough money to do that, right? Do you like to go on vacations? Yeah. And that's being rich helps all that stuff. It like takes away, sorry. But do you want to stay in a $48 Econo Lodge or do you want to stay in the Hilton, right? Esteban's wife works at Hilton. I want to stay in the freaking Hilton, right? And investing in these assets has done that. So make your decision today. And I don't care how much you put in, Sarah, put in that little amount, put in what you can afford. And then once you start seeing it grow, you kind of get addicted to it, right? You're like, oh, I got $100 put in there, right? I got $100. Well, I can show you like my son, right? When my son works, I make him put all of his money into crypto, into Bitcoin, right? So he's put in $2,200, right? He's put in $2,200. My son, he's 14 years old, $2,200 so far from working for the summer, right? Now this is, back up. How do we get, right there. There we go. So he put in $2,200 and my 14-year-old son now has $4,100 worth of crypto, $4,100. He sees it grow. We talk about it every day. I show it to him every day, and I want him to get addicted to investing. My dad said it's none of your freaking business. He didn't say frickin'. My dad would never swear. My dad doesn't swear. But he was Dad, how much was your car? None of your damn business. How much is the house? None of your damn business. How much money you got in the bank? None of your damn business. That's what my dad is, not me. I'm not going to be that way to my kids. I want kids to understand money, to understand wealth, to understand prospering and growing your life, your business, your relationships, your value. That's what I want to teach my kids. I just think it's so important. It's so important. So Sarah, start now, because in 10 years, it's like going back to college, right? It's like going back to college. Your first day, you're like, man, this sucks. It's 3 years more. That's what I did. I had to go 3 more years. Whenever I failed and claimed bankruptcy, I went back to college. 3 years. I'm like, man, this sucks. But I got my MBA. I finished. The last day, you're like, man, that went by fast.
Right.
Same thing with money. Mm-hmm. Start investing money now. Get addicted to investing money. Get addicted to buying appreciating assets. And before you know it, you're going to be rich. You're going to be rich. Everybody will be rich. And it doesn't matter how much you put in. But as your income grows, and Sarah, I know that you're going back to school. So as your income grows, you can put in more and more money. And then at some point, you're like to the tipping point of where, you don't need to put in any more money because
it's making money for you.
There's already so much in there that you don't, Does that make sense?
It does.
And then you can start enjoying life more at that point. But you got to get to that point. Does that make sense?
It does.
Okay.
I do have something to say about that. My favorite book is The Richest Man in Babylon. And in it, they always talk about putting 10% of your gross income into savings or into an appreciating asset. And then you'll be able to figure out what you want to do with it or not to do with it. But the weight of your wallet, let's just, as an example, the weight of your wallet feels really good. Just like your son, he sees how it grew in such a short time. And that makes him proud to have that. And so starting right now with whatever you decide to choose to put in is essential. Just start now.
Just start 100%. And then, I didn't show that one too, but My 10-year-old son does the same thing. He comes and works, and I pay him cash, and then I make him do the same thing. So he's at $2,600 at 10 years old. So by the time they're, my goal is to make sure my kids are millionaires by the time they're 30. That's my goal. And that's my goal. And remember, I don't think it's all about money. I think it's about freedom. I think money equals freedom. Freedom to do what you want. Freedom to live, live your life. Freedom to choose what job you want, right? Because think about it, if my boys have $1 million, they're not going to have to be paper pushers at some accounting firm.
Unless that's what they want.
Unless that's what they want, right? But they can go like work for NASCAR or
do something creative or something that they have a passion for.
Something that doesn't pay them as much money, but yet they love to do, right? And I think living life. What's that, Stanley? Like Stanley. He loves film. They can do something they love to do because I'm building this fortune for them. And I'm building this mindset that they need to get rich. So 100%. Get started, Sarah. That was our point. Dom says, I'm writing a business plan to apply for a bank loan for a bin store. Can you estimate average bin store net and gross profit margins? Dom, I have a video on my YouTube channel, Liquidation Motivation, about how much money I make in my bin stores. I believe that we make approximately $80,000 a year in each bin store profit. That's after paying a manager. So if you're going to be the manager, then you don't have to have that cost in there. So take a look at that. And I think you'll get a lot of good information. The math is wrong on the board. I messed up, and a lot of people pointed that out. Thank you for pointing that out. But the number is true, man. About 80 grand a year is what we make. So Alexandru, what's happening, Alexandru? Good morning. What is the point of sale system for bin stores? Where did you buy banners for the store? See, this is where we need the affiliate link. We don't make enough money to pay Stan's salary, so this is where we need an affiliate link where you would click on a link which we were talking about earlier. Yeah. Stanley and I were talking about. So we use the Square registers, the Square small $300 registers. Okay, so that's what we use. We talked about it before on here, and somebody went to go buy one on Amazon. They couldn't find them, and they were out of stock at Amazon. So if you go to eBay. On eBay, they have some available, and there's used ones on there, new ones on there, so you can get them a little cheaper, maybe $200. So I need to go buy. I'm going to open my third bin store. I need to go buy 3 of them right now. So don't bid against me. Just kidding. But yeah, that's what we use, the Square registers. So we don't need a point of sale system. We just use the Square registers because you're not inventorying anything. So you don't need the point of sale. You just need the terminals. They're small, they're cheap, and they're effective. And even when you hook up your Square account with them, they're like, oh, you can buy them from us, but just go buy them from Amazon. Oh, okay. So they're not making money on the registers. They're making money on the processing fee. It's 3% processing or just under that, but just don't even worry about that. People on here, people are going to say, hey, I can get you 2.25. I can get, I don't even worry about it. I like the ease. I don't take cash in my bin stores either, right? I don't take cash because I don't have to go to a bank. I don't have to worry about somebody stealing money. I don't have to. My manager does not know anything about our bank accounts, right? For the bin store, they don't know nothing because they have nothing to do with it. They're there to ring out stuff, to run credit cards, and to sell Amazon leftovers. So that's what. And where'd you buy the banners from? Go on eBay and look for your banners. You're gonna type in custom banners. And I bought I think they're 4x10 or 4x8. They're only like $40, right? You go to a local print shop, they're $380, or Staples, they're $380. Don't go to those places. Go on eBay. You'll see custom banners, 4x8, something like $40 or $50. You might have to do a little bit of design. They'll help you out a little bit on the design. They ship them out. They get them to you within a couple days. It's incredible. I know the one I bought from was in Orlando. You can when you search it, you'll see all the different prices. So it's really cheap. Tom, and bin stores, when other stores restock. So one of our bin stores, we do Saturday is our $5 day. So we're closed Wednesday and Thursday. We restock those days. I'm sorry, Thursday and Friday they're closed. They restock those days, and then we're back open on Saturday through Wednesday. But our big store, we do a $20 day, $10 day, then 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So they're open 7 days a week. But during the $20 day, we try to get Amazon mediums there. And then on the $5 day, we try to get our Amazon smalls there before those days. So that's our goal. Tommy Seals, my man.
My man.
Paradise Lakes could use a bin store. I might have to do some more recon. There you go, buddy. I don't know where Paradise Lakes is. I think you live in like Thona Tasasa, right? Somewhere over there. Yeah, we do want to open one up in Tampa. I looked at a CVS the other day. I saw a CVS that was empty. I went online to look it up. It was like $9 million to buy it. I'm like, yeah, I don't know about that. I would have to sell my Bitcoin, and that's not going to happen. Just kidding. I don't have that much money. Yeah, I definitely want to open one up in Tampa. I know there's another guy doing it in Tampa, but I think he shut down. Didn't he shut down? I don't know. But we're looking up in the Ocala area right now. Any place I can put a bin store, I'd love to do it. Fast Planet says, what's your average week in sales for your big liquidation store? I would say we do $40,000 to $50,000 a week in sales in our liquidation store. 40 to 50,000. Remember, I'm mailing my rent check out right now. So it's $25,000 is my rent. $25,000. So but it goes up to 30 after a certain amount of time. That's what we negotiated. The Facebook user said that's why the brokers and contract holders need to start accepting crypto. 100%. I wish they would accept crypto. That would be great. I would send them in maybe I don't know what the fastest chain is that has the cheapest cost. They're all going to be zero one day, but until then, I mean, it's going to be like a fraction of a penny. But you're going to say, well, how does the miners make any money? Well, if everybody's paying a half a penny for every transaction you do times the world, right? That's a lot of money for the miners. So that's why costs can be less than a penny. Can you share the address of the store that you looked at in the Villages? Are you buying or leasing? Possibly need to do a 1031 exchange. I could be your Huckleberry. David, my man. Yeah, it is South Shore Plaza, I believe. South Shore Plaza. And it's in Leesburg. So I'm looking in Wildwood and Leesburg. Those are two towns right outside the Villages. The Villages have 120,000 houses. I'm very excited about doing something there. If I get that furniture contract, I would want to do my warehouse up there. There is some decent real estate up there. So we went in and when I called them up, they wanted $10 a square foot plus $2 triple net. So $12 a square foot. And the only space they had was 10,000 square feet. And I said, listen, I'm only looking for 5,000. And they're like, well, the landlord is super negotiable. I said, if I can get to $6 a square foot, I'll take it right now. So they're like, they wanted to do a credit check and they wanted me to send my bank information, how much money I got in my bank account. I'm like, listen, I want to negotiate, then send you that stuff. They're like, well, can you just show us a picture of your statement? So the problem, and the broker is right, because I've done it before. People come up and say, hey, I want to rent your space for $5,000 a month. And and I got $100 in my bank account, right? They don't want to deal with people like that, right? They don't want to deal. I want to make sure that you got enough money in your checking account to pay for it. So I am going to send them something that shows how much money's in my checking account, and then I'm going to show them my credit score. I use Credit Karma, so I'm going to show them my credit score that we qualify. I have very good credit now. I don't know, 780 or something like that. But I've had most of my life I've had bad credit. Most of my life, I've had very bad credit. I screwed myself over because I didn't learn about money. And that's why you got to learn about money. Here's Credit Karma. Let me see. So you got to learn about money. Your parents, if you're a parent, if you're a father or mother, teach your kids about money. 777 is my credit score. So that's pretty good. I think they'll let me in. But man, especially when I claimed bankruptcy and I had 400 credit. Everything's different, man. Everything's different. Tom, the next $1 trillion coin will be Ethereum, and I think that Ethereum ascent to the top of the crypto first seems unstoppable. 100%. Yeah. That's why I have I own more Ethereum than I own anything. I love Ethereum. Once it gets to proof of stake, once that starts, sharding starts, I don't see how you stop it. I don't see how you slow it down. I mean, billions and billions of dollars a day, ran on Ethereum right now. It's just, I don't see how you stop it. And I think the future, I think a lot of people will survive in the future because we're going to have different metaverses. You're going to have a lot of different things. And, You know, Bitcoin, Ethereum will be there. You know, some of the other big coins, but a lot of them will be flushed out. A lot will be flushed out because, you know, there's like, I don't know, 7,000 coins, you know, but all the 6,000, you know, 900 of them will be replicated on these major blockchains. So they won't need them anymore. It's like, I don't know. It's like if you drive 5 miles to a gas station, they put 1 mile closer to you, right? You're going to stop going to that other guy. You don't need to go to these other places when you're already shopping on this network. You don't want to go off chain, buy something else, and go back on chain if it's right on chain. And once technology catches up, it'll happen. So there is space for all of them. Don, how do you do your packing for your eBay items which are going to ship? I saw videos of when you show what's sold, but do you figure out each item when it sells and what box it will fit in?
For us, we have our team. What they do is we gather all the items. We pick them from the inventory room, and we bring them to the shipping room that we have. And any boxes, we have stacks of boxes here, and we get them from your pallets. And so we'll try to find the best box for each of them, package them, and then we label them there. And that's pretty much it.
Show the video.
Yeah, we can show how we pack them.
Yeah, we save all the boxes that we can. We try to save our boxes. I don't know if you said that. I was reading.
Yeah, we have like 3 closets full of boxes. So yeah.
Yeah. So anytime you get something shipped to you, save that box because you never know. You're gonna get some awkward thing that, you know. And then sometimes you got to make boxes, right? You got something that's like something that's like a boomerang, right? Shaped, and you got to.
The industry calls it Frankenboxing.
Frankenboxing. I love it. All right. Sarah says, as you know, I'm starting college in 2 weeks. I'll be making very good money, and that's when I want to start multiple incomes, including Bitcoin, owning a salon, buying pallets, and selling on eBay. I learned from you and Esteban. I'm cutting down hours to go to school, so I can't really invest right now. I'm struggling as it is with bills just to get by, but it will be still good to invest a year from now, correct? I think it'll be good to invest forever. I mean, is there anything you can put in, you know, the earlier the better? And really it's more about creating a habit, right? Creating a habit. I don't care if you can put $5 a week in there. Just put the $5 a week in there. Create the habit. Go there every week, you know, look at it, watch it grow. You know, if it goes down, just wait 3 months, it'll go back up, right? Mm-hmm. Just wait. But overall, it's going to go up. So yeah, I mean, no matter what you buy, just if you're going to buy stocks, bonds, crypto, real estate, anything, just buy it. Just buy it because you won't regret it, man.
But hold too.
And hold, yeah. I mean, you know, when I bought my first restaurant, you know, I didn't know that, you know, that we're selling it right now. I'm making a big bag of money off it, you know. Just buy and hold that stuff and wait for the good time. Wait for the right time to sell, and you're going to be rich. I have faith in you, Sarah. I know you got the heart. And listen, I'm not going to say your age, but you're young. You're very young, and you're getting started before I even got started. So I would say my start was about 10 years ago. So I would have been 40. And I know you're a lot younger than that. So I got started buying my appreciating assets when I was 40. That's why I'm making sure my kids do it at 14 and 10. You know,
for her to start to even consider it and start thinking about this is commendable to you. You know, like you're surrounded by people that always talking about it, and you're one of the lucky people to have an influence like us to encourage you in that direction. So I commend you for keeping your eyes and your mind open to listening to what, you know, other people are trying to do.
Yeah, and you know, we've taught you the ropes of eBay, like you said. You know, this is what I recommend you do. I recommend you go to Salvation Army on half price day, and you go buy sneakers. Just go buy shoes there. Mm-hmm. And then take them home and sell those shoes on eBay at night, on weekends, whenever you're not going to school. You know, you're going to make more money there than you would doing that than you would working for me. I mean, you're just going to do it. And you know, you're going to get returns. You're going to get whatever. Don't worry about any of that stuff. Just look at your net, how much money you're making. So, you know, do that. Make that commitment. Start off, you know, just do it. Do it.
Yeah,
you know,
start.
Gary Vee, get off your ass. We'll give hundreds of people this advice. Gary Vee says he's talking to 20,000 people. He's like, I'm going to give you the guys this advice, and only one person's going to do it. That's the problem. Nobody does it. Everybody talks about doing it. Nobody does it. What's happening 5x5? Looks like I'll be around another 6 months minimum. So looking for projects to take on or manage on a performance base. Looks like you want to grow and I like your business. Let's talk. No charge to you. Let's do it, man. Let's have a conversation. Let's have a conversation. Carolyn Jenkins says, I want to get involved in something like this. How can I start? What do you refer? I'm 26 and love this. Have 2 kids and a stay-at-home dad. I want a store. I own land. Well, there you go. Oh, what else? How do I start? What do I do? Buy a pallet? I'm going to do this now. Go down a little bit more. 11/11, October 8th. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Just get started, Carolyn. 100% just get started. You know, you can buy a pallet. You can go to a thrift store, thrifting. I mean, if money is an issue, I'd probably recommend thrifting because you know, at least when you're thrifting and you're looking for values, bargains, you're looking at eBay, completed items, and you can see this is $5 on eBay. It sells for $128. You know, it's a no-brainer. You know, when you're buying a pallet, it's not a no-brainer. You know, you don't know what you're getting. It could be returns, it could be broken, could be dog food. You just don't know. So it's a little bit more of a gamble. Now, I like doing that gamble better because you get the home runs in there. All right, but I would recommend starting on eBay. I mean, I would. You got to be an expert at looking at completed items on eBay. Right? You got to be an expert. People mess that up all the time. How to look at? You know, somebody will put in here. You know, Gerard Butler gamer, unleash him DVD. Right? I'm like, why are you searching 128 words? It's a database, right? When you put so many words in there, you know, what if somebody just put gamer movie as the listing? So you just want to start out with gamer. There's probably a lot of things gamer, but maybe gamer, then Butler, right? Maybe they didn't put the first name in there. They only put the last name. You know, your search words need to be specific. They need to be specific, but broad enough to see it. Like I love electronics, right? At Salvation Army Electronics, right? But somebody will put in like 200 disc CD changer, Sony, blah, blah, like 28. I'm like, no, put the frickin' model number. That's it. That's it. Nothing else. Boom. W28167. That's it. That's what you search. You look it up. You see what it's sold. Yeah. Look at completed items. Yeah. Understand about shipping and not shipping and buy it. You make electronics. You can make so much money. Got to test them. But you can make so much money on electronics. I love it. I love going, look for, they got the DVD, VHS combos. Look for the ones that say recordable, right? So they take the VHS and they record it on the DVD. Those are worth $300, $400, $500. 200 disc CD changers. I was shocked. I'm like, ain't nobody gonna buy this. My old manager put it on there. We're like $280. I'm like, what? What? There's so many people doing YouTube videos out there that can help you. You would know more than that.
Let me ask you that. Okay, instead of selling on eBay, what about YouTube? For someone who doesn't have money at all, they just have a cell phone, they can start their own YouTube channels, or just a laptop, and they don't even have to show their face on the screen.
Well, I would think Facebook. Huh? I think Facebook. Doing the Facebook Lives to sell?
Well, I was just referring to just creating a channel for themselves. Yeah. I mean, we're talking about reselling on this channel often, but we're also talking about starting this media company, and we're always talking about creating channel ideas, and we're always thinking of ways to do those things. So for someone who doesn't have any money at all, that doesn't need or doesn't want to sell on eBay or doesn't want to be a reseller, they could start YouTube channels, and there's so many ways to say again. Yes. So Stanley's saying that you could talk about any passion that any topic that you're passionate about, and start a YouTube channel with that, and you can earn from that. Not necessarily from YouTube ads, but affiliate marketing and all these other things. We were just talking about that when it comes to the point of sale system as well. Earning from affiliate marketing. There's multiple ways to earn. Yeah. So if you didn't start buying and selling in your resale business, there's other options as well. Rhonda's here. Say hi to everyone. No. Jump in
No, I don't want to jump in.
Just say hi. Just
Hey.
stick your
Hi,
face. And
Hey,
say
this
hi.
is the bin store rent. This
Okay.
is their rent.
I'll get
Okay.
both out.
Thank you.
That was Rhonda.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. So yeah, become an expert, start selling, or do whatever. I mean,
Anything.
Facebook and you, yeah, just do it. YouTube and Facebook are free,
Yeah.
so just do it. And listen, we are looking for other YouTube channels. We're looking to find people that think they're unique enough to have their own YouTube channel. You might have to do some of the videotaping, but then we can handle everything else for you. All the marketing for us. So anybody out there, thinks they have a great idea for a YouTube channel, feel free to get a hold of us. So Daniel says, I got a $350 pallet yesterday from your store. It had brand new Blink security system worth about $200 and a Kindle that's about $100. Those two items almost pay for the whole pallet.
Yeah.
100%, Daniel. You're right, man. Daniel, let me know about that sign, man. I want to get that done, baby. Give me an estimate on it. And we can. And I'm sorry I didn't text you back. I was at my football game, and I just realized today I was going to message you that I didn't message you back.
He and his wife was outside packing their car with the pallet. They were pretty impressed with the pallet.
Yeah, and then we do get some complaints on pallets,
Yeah.
but really, I mean, I get it because there's times that I complain, but as long as we're selling you, depending on what it is, because we have all different pallets, we'll outline the expectations for you honestly, and then we'll deliver to you. And if we're outside of that expectation level, if I say, listen, you're going to buy these pallets and there's no food, and it comes in with food, I'm going to take care of you. But if I sell you a pallet and there's not a lot of good stuff in it, that's just how it goes. Because then you're going to get another pallet that's going to have a ton of good stuff in it. But that's the law of averages in this business. So, but outside of what I tell you is the expectations, I'll give you another pallet. I don't care. I'll take the loss. But I think we fulfill our expectations most of the time.
Yeah.
Most of the time. I mean, and if we don't, it's because of something beyond our control. Like there'll be food in the pallet. We don't know what's in them because we don't open them up. 5x5 says, Carol and I started my first business in '93 at a flea market in Jacksonville with $1,500 selling knives, sunglasses, and 3 years later, it's $3 million in sales. Start small, dream big. Good for you, man. Good for you. 100%. I mean, that's what, I came to Florida. I moved to Florida. I got a warehouse and I needed computers for the warehouse. I went to a local e-scrap guy. I walk in there and I see all this Amazon stuff. I'm like, whoa, what is this? And I spent a lot of money with him the first day. And so then him and I partnered up, and now I buy everything he's got as much as I can get from him. I buy every day. We send our truck down there to pick up merchandise. So find that person near you. Find that person near you. And I went from remember, I borrowed money from my wife's 401k in order to get started to, now we own a business that does, $5 million in sales. I make great income. And, and I was smart about where I put my money in the meantime, which was in crypto. All right, DJ said, what about the theft? It seems the bigger I get, the more I feel it's easier to get got. Shake my head. I try not to sweat over it, but it's hard not to. Does theft happen often at Resale America, especially a big store? I think it does, DJ. It does, but I don't care. I don't want to say I don't care. I don't think at all about theft. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I tell the story. One of my employees came to me and says, this chick, I'm sitting here with one of my good friends, a good customer of mine. The employee comes to me, this chick is stealing in the dressing room. She's stealing. I tags her everywhere in there. She's stealing. I'm like, what? I'm like, go get the manager. Right. And I'm talking to my buddy. My buddy's wife comes around the corner and goes, some bitch just accused me of stealing. I'm like, whoa, and they got lots of money. They're not hurting. I was so embarrassed. Don't do that shit. Don't do that. I mean, if you can prove it, if you see it, address it. Obviously. But you can do things like no bags in the store, no backpacks, things like that. But don't accuse people unless you have 100% proof. And, I got a business partner. That's all he thinks about. He thinks I'm stealing. He thinks everybody's stealing. I don't think about it at all. If I see it and watch it, I'll address it. Other than that, don't let it hurt your business. Just understand it's part of business. Dan Daniel said there's a few shower heads ranked 112 on Amazon, brand new, no tears or rips in the packaging. That's good. That's a great ranking. A ranking like that should sell in about a day. 5x5. Today is so easy to get started. The choices are overwhelming. Just pick the platform you already are familiar with. Yeah, 100%. I mean, it's free. It's YouTube is free. Facebook is free. Instagram is free. Twitter is free. TikTok is free. Free. But you know what you got to do? You got to put in your time.
Time is money.
Yeah, you got to put in your time. You got to put in your time now. We looked at this YouTuber who lives in Tampa, and he has like 12 million viewers. He's the guy that has the Fortnite bus. And, so we went back to his first video. His first video was crappy, was horrible. He was just playing some video game, right? With his camera, filming himself. It was 7 years ago. 7 years ago. And he's been doing videos every day for 7 years. Now he's worth tens of millions of dollars. I mean, I don't even know how much he's worth. Probably even more than that. Got to put in your time. I'm begging my kids, 10 and 14, begging my boys, 10 and 14, to get on YouTube, to start their own YouTube channel. I don't give a shit what they do. I don't care what they do. YouTube is the future of entertainment. Of what?
Advertising and entertainment.
Yeah, advertising and entertainment. YouTube is the future of it. Now, I do think that it will be taken over at some point by a blockchain company, but they haven't figured out the tech of that and the who's going to host the videos and all that kind of stuff. But YouTube is the future of entertainment. There'll be nothing else. There's no reason. I mean, I get it. My parents, like my mom and dad, watch Blue Blood, right? Blue Bloods, which is that cop TV show. They have all these TV shows. I don't have cable. I have Netflix, Amazon Prime, YouTube TV, HBO Max. So we subscribe. We don't have any network TV, so we don't know what we're going to watch every night. Normally, it's a different movie. My kids watch zero TV. They only watch YouTubers. They only watch. They have their iPad here with YouTube. They have their phone here with TikTok, and then they have their computer in the middle, and they're playing video games, right? And they're watching all that. So they will not be on TV. They will not. They don't care about Netflix. I mean, don't get me wrong. They don't mind watching a movie if I force them to get off their technology stuff and come down and hang out with me. But they will not be in the future. They will not be on that kind of stuff. YouTube. Now YouTube has YouTube Shorts, which could destroy TikTok. I'm not sure about that, but we'll see. It's to be seen. All right. Hi, my name is Dee. I actually have a business similar to yours, but we focus strictly on electronics. It seems like you have a good team. How do you select your staff? You know what? I excuse me. I throw everything against the wall, see who sticks. Half of them leave. I hire more. Half of them leave. I hire more. Half of them leave. I hire more. And then I try to find who my best workers are, and I try to partner with them. I try to partner with them in a new business. And I listened to a podcast one time, and the podcast said, look at your checkbook and see where most of your money goes, and then start that business. So, or try to buy out that business. So, I'm looking at, that's why I spend a lot of money on Stan every week. Stan drains my bank account every week. And, and Esteban is a super talented, with the internet, with websites. He's done all of our website work, and he's very organized, which I am not. I'm kind of an idea guy. I'm kind of like, I throw the ideas out and these guys execute them. And I'm spending this money on Stan. We pay a group to manage our social media, which I tell you the truth, I don't know what they do, but I pay them every month. So I said, that's it. We're going to start our own marketing group, the three of us. It's called All Set Media Group, and SET stands for Stan, Esteban, and Tom. So we're starting the media group because I spend so much money on marketing. And if we become experts and we can prove that we can market Resale America, Liquidation Motivation, our bin stores, everything that we do, if we can prove to other people that we're super successful at what we do, then we can offer that service to others. So that's why we're starting a media group, a marketing company. So Look at what you're doing, and that's where I look to partner with people. So I find my best employees, I find my best staff, and I partner with them and try to find a new venture. We got whether it's a restaurant or another bin store or anything. It could be anything. A dry cleaner, because a good worker is a good worker is a good worker. People don't. Good workers just don't all of a sudden become bad workers. People that care just all of a sudden don't stop caring. That traditionally doesn't happen. So partner with people. I do not want Stanley and Esteban working for me anymore. I want them to be my business partners. So we're trying to monetize this business and develop more YouTube channels and take it to the next level. So that's how you make your employees happy. You got to look at them as lifelong lifelong business partners. And if you have a good relationship, that can certainly work. And if you're both good workers, it certainly can work. And anybody can be successful in this country, just about anything. If you're a good worker, are you going to go to a flea market and sit in the corner and, not talk to anybody? No, you got to get off your ass and you got to talk to everybody that walks by. You got to be creative. You got to think outside the box. You got to change whatever industry you're in. You got to change that industry. You got to do better. I mean, if you're in insurance, think about how can you be different insurance company than any other insurance company, I mean, maybe you're on, I would be on YouTube and I would be showing how somebody's car just got smashed up, doing a video on it, explaining the process, showing the check they get, how happy they are, right? Mm-hmm. Although I normally am not happy when I get an insurance check. It's never as much as I thought it should be. I'm actually arguing with my insurance company right now. I didn't realize that I got homeowners insurance when I came to Florida. No, renters insurance. When I came to Florida, and my wife had a 2-carat diamond ring that she lost, and I sent it into the insurance company. I had it insured for $14,000. They're trying to tell me that I had pictures. They never asked for any information up front, so they asked me to send them pictures of the ring. So I did. And they're trying to tell me it's a 3/4 carat diamond, and they're only giving me like $2,500 in insurance money. And there's no way it was. Listen, I'm a bargain shopper. This is how I know how big it was, because I had an employee came to me and he said, Tom, this is 20 years ago. Tom, my grandmother passed. Do you want to buy some of this jewelry? I'm like, yeah. How much you want for it? He goes, $800. So I took it to a jeweler. I said, let me check it out. But I took it to the jeweler. The jeweler said, Tom, it's a 2.2 carat antique cut diamond ring in platinum, right? And it's worth like $10,800 20 years ago. I'm like, all right. So I paid the guy and got engaged to my wife, and that was her diamond ring, right? I knew what it was. Now my frickin' insurance company, USAA, is telling me that it's only 0.75 carats based on pictures. And so I'm very upset with them. USA is a great insurance company. It's designed for people in the military. I'm an Army brat, so I get to go to USAA. And when you get in a car accident, they're like 48 hours, right? But this has been 3 months now, and we haven't resolved this, and I'm refusing to take the $2,500. It's a bunch of bullshit. I'm very upset with them. I'm trying to escalate it to the next level. I will escalate it as far as I can even if they come back and say, okay, it's 1.5 carat, that's within reason of where but to say it's, a 0.75 is a rather small ring, Well, to some people, compared to a 2-carat diamond, it's a lot smaller. I'm very upset about this. You don't know? No. See, I'm in the liquidation business. I'm in the resale business. I know a lot about diamonds. So yeah, screw you, USAA. If I can't get it resolved, I'm taking it to the Attorney General's office. I'm taking it to the attorney. I don't understand how I insured a ring for $14,000 and now they're trying to offer me $2,500. And if they needed this information to begin with, I would have gave it to them up front, but they didn't ask for anything. They took my money for 6 years, and now I have a claim, which I didn't even know I had it. I went to update my car insurance, and then it popped up, about the renter's insurance. Everything's covered in renter's insurance. Jewelry, and I'm like, jewelry? Oh, look at this. Anyways, I bought 3 pallets from Tom 2 days ago. It had Ryobi 40-volt batteries, 19 of them. They sell for $150 at Home Depot, and there was a ton more in there. Yeah, that was. So I walked out just as 5x5 was talking to another customer. And he was like, man, you should buy these. I made all my money back right here. And I heard that comment that he was saying, yeah, so you can make good money on it. Some of them will be duds.
He had a bunch of knife sharpeners in there as well.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't know what's in it. You know, sometimes we get bad feedback on our Facebook pages and all this kind of stuff. I don't, you know, if they're, you know, we had somebody from Australia was saying we're a scam, and you know, I mean, we delete those ones. If you put an honest negative feedback on my page, I will leave it there. I will leave it there because I want people to know that sometimes you're going to get a bad palate. It happens, but we don't know what's in them. We don't touch them. We don't touch them, and you know, you know, we can see what's on the top, but we have no idea what's on the bottom. So, yeah, good for you. I'm glad you made some money there. Dat guy, bro. Good morning, gentlemen. PF Liquidation. What's happening, PF? Good to see you. Thanks for coming on.
I like that username. That guy, bro. Oh, cool.
All right. I can't pronounce the name. I want to scale, but there's always concerns about wandering eyes and items being stolen. Do you just expect to have losses? Yes. I just went a little rant about that. I don't pay attention to the losses. I mean, you know, expensive stuff, lock up, right? Things that can be stolen, lock it up. Lock it up. You know, if you see somebody stealing, obviously you must
address them.
Yeah. I don't know if that's an appropriate story. Sometime at the flea market, right? I got in like 300 car stereos, but the big ones with the DVD players, and I was almost ready to close, and there was a guy and his girlfriend there, and they were maybe they were tweakers. I don't know if I'm saying the right word there, but I could tell something wasn't right? So I'm watching. I could tell something wasn't right. You know, right? And all of a sudden the girl, so my door's here, and I have a long counter. The girl goes on the end of my counter and says, "Hey, can you show me something down here?" So I walk all the way down to the end of the counter, but I know something's going on. So I'm like watching, right? So he goes over to the car stereos, which I just had on a shelf, and he took them off and he ran out the doorway. So I saw him and I ran after him. He dropped it and turned around, and I just went, bam, I knocked him out, man. And he ran. He didn't even get his girlfriend. He left his girl. And she was inside my booth still, because you got to go out the doorway, and I was right there. And you know, I might have said a few choice words to her. She's like, I didn't know. I'm like, you're full of shit. Did you knock her out too? No, I wouldn't hit a woman. But I definitely hit that tweaker. Talk truth. Appreciate your passion for helping people. Yeah, 100%. That's you know, I'm so fortunate that I'm at this level in life that I can do this kind of stuff. This is really my passion. This is really what I like to do, what I enjoy doing, you know, and I'm super excited about it. You know, and if crypto keeps going up, I'm going to 10x that. You know, I'm going to, like I've said before, I'm going to give this store to the employees that own the store. I have to work that out with my business partners, though. I have to probably compensate them. And then I'm going to go on a crusade to end poverty in the world. That's my goal. I think that crypto can end poverty. I think that gaming can end poverty in the world. You know, I mean, we said it before. Esteban's wife does the Axie Infinity, and how many people in the Philippines?
How many people are doing it in the Philippines?
No, what?
Oh, how many?
I know a lot. How many do you guys have?
Okay, so we have 10 accounts.
So they have 10 accounts. So 10 people in a country that they make on a school teacher. We looked this up the other day. They make $100 a week, a school teacher in the Philippines. Yeah. $100 a week in the Philippines. He has 10 people in the Philippines that make how much?
We make $3,000 a month divided by 2, and then divided by the 10. So what is that math? Can I use my calculator?
$150.
$150 a month.
A month.
That would be a month.
Okay.
So I mean, it's decent for like rural areas, but not necessarily for someone that's in the city.
Yeah. So the average income, if you can get a job, is $200 a month.
Put me on the spot.
A teacher makes $100 a week. So I believe that gaming will take people out of poverty. That people in this kind of helped me out here. Esteban recommended this movie Gamer, and this is before. I think this came out before Bitcoin, or same year, 2009, same year Bitcoin, 2008 is Bitcoin. So they didn't know about blockchain back then, or nobody really understood blockchain back then. But in this game, the rich people paid people to play the game, and the poor people got paid to play the game. And the rich people can control the poor people, make them do things in the game. And I think that's going to be the future. I think what Esteban and his wife are doing is they invest money into a game. They have people in foreign countries that that don't make much money, who can't find a job because of Corona, now have an income, now can eat, now can pay their bills. That these 10 people couldn't do that before this. And you think this is going to end? We just got freaking started, man.
Look, we're not exaggerating. You're not exaggerating by saying that they didn't have nothing to eat. Like one of our players, he was just eating rice and water because he was laid off from his job from Manila, and then he had to go back to the rural country, and he didn't have any work. So he was literally just eating rice and water.
It's incredible. People in the United States don't understand that. Stanley's from Jamaica. He understands it. Until you see that kind of stuff, people don't understand it. So think about how gaming already is like $1 trillion industry. The way it is now. Imagine when everything's going to be in a game. You work in a game, or which is called the metaverse, right?
We're kind of doing that now with Zoom calls and all that stuff. It's just one step forward.
Like what we're StreamYard, right? We're streaming on StreamYard right now. Who was doing this, years ago? Nobody was. All right. Appreciate your passion. Thank you. Truth talk truth. That guy, bro, we purchased a few thousand pieces, case pack makeup, and we definitely had to watch our customers closely. Yeah. Makeup, certainly makeup. Yeah. There's slimy people out there, but don't focus on it. Theft is a cost of doing business. Normally it is.
I like what 5x5 is saying. What Mike is saying. He's saying it's 1.5%, right?
Yeah.
Of all your your income. So you have to implement that in your cost of doing business.
Right. And then implement policies and procedures.
That's true, of course.
I know there's like rules in weren't they showing like California that if somebody doesn't steal more than like $5,000, you can't stop them. So there's people going into Walgreens just filling up bags with a security officer standing there, and they just walk out with the bags. I'm not recommending that. I'm not saying that, but that's California. That's what liberal ass California's doing.
Wow.
But have policies and procedures. Lock up your good stuff. The stuff that nobody's going to steal. A case of water or what. Simple stuff. But they certainly will steal the electronics and stuff. So our electronics are all locked up.
True.
I'm not complaining. David says, I love the home runs. When I get them, I bought an Amazon mystery pallet yesterday to get my girls started, and they are not going to enjoy any home runs. First one. Sorry about that, David. Yeah. One guy came in the other day and said he bought an Amazon mystery pallet, found 3 3D printers, and he sold them already for $800 a piece. So he sold the pallet for $400, and he made $2,400 already. Yeah. That guy, both sweat equity, I call it. PF liquidation. Yeah, definitely sweat equity. You definitely got to put in your time, man. Put in your time. My talk truth. My son just started. Good for you. You got to start them as early as you can. You got to be smart. You got to give your children an advantage in life, man. Because so many people aren't being educated about this. We. When I'm in my car, we don't listen to music. We listen to a podcast. We learn something. My kids know that they know not to ask. Now listen, if they got 3 of their friends and they want to put the music on, I'm all right with that. But when it's us, we learn. We learn every day. We learn all the time, and that's not too much. I always preach the 80-20 rule: 80% learning, 20% entertainment in your life, and it'll bring you value that you've never dreamed that you can have. If you learn that, because you just become so much more knowledgeable about everything. Another thing that I'm not doing is Discord groups.
Yeah,
I need to get more involved with them because like a new project could be coming out and they start a Discord group. You join that project, and then you can learn like when something's being launched. Like I'm involved. I'm not directly involved. I'm indirectly involved in a Cardano NFT project called Crypto Pets.
Yeah,
which is another pay-to-play game.
But Discord is simply another Facebook group.
Yeah. But I don't know why everybody's talking about in Discord. But I'm directly involved in an NFT project called Endangered Mints. So and we're going to launch that in November. So I'm very excited. So I'm a partner in that, an investor in Endangered Mints, which is an NFT collection of wildlife from an African safaris.
Okay.
And I'm super excited about that launch. And I'm partnered up with some really technical guys that know how to create smart contracts. Well, it's actually being launched on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Cardano.
Really?
Yeah, on all 3 platforms. So I'm
That's
very excited,
cool.
all into one. So the website's being built. We hired a gaming company. I'm sorry, that's CryptoPets. CryptoPets hired the gaming company, but the website's being built, the smart contracts being built, and we're hoping that we get some traction with it. So I'm very excited. 5x5, your best assets are your people. Find good, loyal, hardworking people and make them managers, and find creative people who can think on their own and good track record and make them partners. 100%, Mike. Agree with you. Love the bull. Love the bull. That's right. My Bitcoin bull, right? Bitcoin bull.
Travis?
Yeah, he said that. Trevor said that.
All right. Thank you, Travis. Definitely. I'm so passionate about cryptocurrency, Bitcoin. Very passionate about it. I'm going to have to cut off. We're an hour and 40 minutes in. Wow, this is incredible. A lot of questions today. I have a funeral up in New York, so I'm flying out today to go meet up with my parents and go to the funeral. He says, yep, I got the 50 knife sharpeners in there. So yeah, he did get the knife sharpeners.
You want to still keep going?
Yeah, let me just try to answer stuff real fast here. I bought about 50 pallets from Tom, and one was an absolute dud. That's not a bad ratio. I do this part-time to fill the gaps while I do my day job. It's a fun business. Yep. Heading to you, heading out. Love your shows. Tom and your style, we think alike, and that is scary. We'll talk soon. Thanks, Mike. Appreciate it, buddy. That guy, bro. I'm in a Discord group for NBA Top Shots, basically digital basketball moments. The moments are replacing sports paper cards. LeBron NFT digital moments went to over $200,000. 100%. Listen, this is how passionate I am about that. Is I applied for a job for NBA Top Shots the other day.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, I applied for a job. They're actually hiring a lot of people. So if you're passionate about the space, it's what's the name of the company? Something Labs. I forget the name of the company, but it's Something Labs who does the NBA Top Shots. And what just came out is I believe that they're doing now baseball. So they do the NBA Top Shots. They just came out with baseball.
Mm-hmm.
And, I go through my mind, like, what's going to be the winning blockchain? What's going to be the winning blockchain? They decided to do it on Ethereum still.
Of course.
So, yeah. So,
I mean, I think it's that because Ethereum is established, it's going to be a lot more user-friendly. And that's the reason for people trying to use the Ethereum blockchain over the others.
Yeah. Yeah. So I love the NFT space. And I think everything's going to be turned into an NFT, right? And it's going to be stored on the blockchain, stored on your phone. I mean, driver's license, birth certificate, social security card, medical records, all that kind of stuff is just going to be like, you go to the doctor, boom, you show them your QR code, boom, the medical records go to the doctor. You have your own, everything's your own. Everything, that they talked about, I listened to a podcast yesterday, David Patrick, I think is his name, was on Joe Rogan, and he said you should create an NFT of when you and Elon Musk were smoking pot, right? He says, I guarantee you that'll sell for $5 million.
I agree.
Yeah, that's like an iconic moment. I mean, what did Jack Dorsey's first tweet sold as an NFT for millions and millions of dollars? I mean, that kind of stuff just blows my mind. I own a bunch of NFTs with my business partner. I just invest. He buys them and sells them. I told him to sign that. He kept asking me, "Can I do this?" I'm like, "Dude, just do it. Don't ask me anymore. Just every month he gives me a statement how much money we have, how much money we made, what we bought, and so I'm happy with that." So he's a tech guy. I mean, he's not this level tech. He's this level tech. So he's that guy that can break stuff down and write code and all that kind of stuff. So I'm pretty excited. Hey guys, thank you for staying around so long. It's been an hour and 45 minutes. I got to take off because I got to get an airplane to New York. I'm going up to Rochester. I think we talked to a guy that had a bin store in Rochester, right?
A bin store, yes. Yeah,
so I'm going to try to work my way over there if I can. I do have the calling hours on Saturday. It's like a celebration of life, which that's what I'm not going to have a funeral, man. I'm not going to have a funeral. I'm going to prepay for a freaking party, man. I don't want no tears, no shed. I just want people to think about me in a good light And if you want to come, come. Remember, 100 people go to your funeral. Only 10 people will cry. Focus on those 10 people, okay? Focus on those 10 people in life. Don't worry about the rest. We've spent too much time worrying about the rest. All right, guys, Liquidation Motivation, Resale America, Lakeland Square Mall, our bin stores called Deal Days are in Port Richey at Jasmine Plaza, also in Winter Haven, 2820 Record Highway. My third one's coming up maybe in Leesburg, Florida. I'm working on that lease right now. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the questions. Thanks for the comments. Please go over to Liquidation Motivation, like and subscribe. I really need your help trying to build that channel up so I can give Stanley a raise. Thanks for watching. Now go out there and make some money.
Hey, line up. Line up. Everybody line up. We're about to race. Everybody line up. Shoulder to shoulder. Take off your backpacks. Basketball, line up. We're about to race. Hey, we are racing for a $100 bill. The winner of this race will take this. A $100 bill. Before I say go, I'm going to make a couple statements. If those statements apply to you, I want you to take 2 steps forward. If those statements don't apply to you, I want you to stay right where you're at. Take 2 steps forward if both of your parents are still married. Take 2 steps forward if you grew up with a father figure in the home. Take 2 steps forward if you had access to a private education. Take 2 steps forward if you had access to a free tutor growing up. Take 2 steps forward if you've never had to worry about your cell phone being shut off. Take 2 steps forward if you've never had to help mom or dad with the bills. Take 2 steps forward if it wasn't because of your athletic ability. You don't have to pay for college. Take 2 steps forward if you never wondered where your next meal was going to come from. I want you guys up here in the front just to turn around and look. Every statement I've made has nothing to do with anything any of you have done. Has nothing to do with decisions you've made. Everything I have said has nothing to do with what you've done. We all know these people up here have a better opportunity to win this $100. Does that mean these people back here can't race? No. We would be foolish to not realize we've been given more opportunity. We don't want to recognize that we've been given a head start. But the reality is we have. Now, there's no excuse. They still got to run their race. You still got to run your race. But whoever wins this $100, I think it'd be extremely foolish of you not to utilize that and learn more about somebody else's story. Because the reality is, if this was a fair race and everybody was back on that line, I guarantee you some of these black dudes would smoke all of you. And it's only because you have this big of a head start that you're possibly going to win this race called life. That is a picture of life, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing you've done has put you in the lead that you're in right now. When I say go, on your mark, get set, go!